The sun is high, we're feeling good. In Miami where the spirit's understood. With Bobby Finstock leading the crew, we're gonna show you what these Dolphins do. Fins up high, the crowd's roaring loud. In the city with the blue and aqua proud. Finstock's here with the play-by-play. We're getting ready, it's game day. Are you ready for some football? Miami Dolphins standing tall. Are you ready for some football? Showtime at the Hard Rock, y'all. From the tailgate to the field of green, with the best fans you ever seen. Bobby's got the scoop, hot off the press. In Miami, we roar to impress. Play up stats and pregame chat.
Well, good morning, Miami Dolphin fans. It's game day. Welcome to the FTSN Miami Dolphins pregame show with, of course, the pregame crew, Finstanza
Never missed the show.
and Bobby Finstock in the house.
I am.
It seems like it's gonna be a good day. The weather's really, I don't know how it is up in Canada, but I'll tell you,
Cold.
It's chilly.
But it's perfect for the jersey hoodies that I have.
Yes,
This is
it's
nice.
beautiful day. There's
like
no
this
better
weather.
day for football than today. And of course, it's a huge game. Obviously, every game now until the end of the season for the Dolphins is going to be a huge game. Dolphins face the New England Patriots in Miami. Dolphins 4-6. If they win, they go 5-6. And then you know what we're talking about on Thanksgiving Day. But until we get to Thanksgiving, it starts today. So before we get into the game, Finstanza, good morning, my friend. How the hell are you?
I'm doing okay. Bit of an interesting weekend. Traveled a little bit to go see a show that didn't happen, but that's okay. At least I got a night away with the wife, which was really, really nice. No kids. I'm sure we all appreciate that once in a while. But honestly, I'll be honest. I'm grateful for football today. With everything going on in the world, this week's going to be a very busy work week. Black Friday, I'm sure we're all experiencing it. The big sales, all that. The company I work for, it's literally the biggest time of the year for us. It's very high level stress. So this is actually, I'm grateful for football today. It's nice to know that there's some relevancy to today. Unlike a lot of other people whose seasons are already over in the NFL. I'll be honest with you, Bobby. Watching the Cleveland Browns game on Thursday night, the happiness of those fans, even in the snow, Jameis Winston. It doesn't matter what happens. In the end of football, there's nothing greater than a football victory on a Sunday. It changes your mood, right? Like last night, my Canadians, hockey, you have Nashville, the Panthers. You lose a game, you'll make it up the next game. You'll figure it out. There's still 5 months left in the season. Every NFL game matters. Like we're still not chomping at the bit on what happened in Indianapolis, what happened in Arizona, because every game matters. Every game matters. Like I love the show you guys did a little bit on Checkdown on Friday night. We were talking about the NFL. We're not the Giants. We're not the Jets. So you want to know what? Be grateful we're Dolphin fans. So honestly, it's a pleasure to be with you. Pleasure to be with everyone watching. And I'm looking forward to a fun day of football.
Hey, shout out to the check down, the episode 1 with Russ Morgan and Dave Stager. Dave Stager making his return. That was a good show. I actually really enjoyed doing that. Oh, look at the mood swing. Well, it's early, DSG label. Let's wait until tonight. He's usually happy at the day.
But remember, that's why Bobby loves me, because he never knows what he's going to get. I'm like that box of chocolates from Forrest Gump, right? You open up the box, you don't know what you're going to get.
Oh, man.
But no, honestly, though, it's great. Honestly, it's great to be watching football. Like, what can you ask for, right?
But first off, we're going to get into, because on Checked Out, we talked about the Giants, and I want to talk about that, even though we're the Dolphins pregame show, because it might have to do with the Dolphins, what happens there. But I just want to say is that, holy crap, what did I, totally lost my train of thought. That's always fun. But shout out to the Checkdown crew. If you guys haven't seen that,
I'll be back in literally 60 seconds.
Go ahead, brother. We on Friday nights we do the talk about the NFL. Me and Stager and Russ Morgan go around the league, talk about the latest stories, the breaking news, and then, of course, do games of the week and predictions. So that was a lot of fun. But moving on, we're going to talk about let's clean up some of this stuff before we get into the game. And we'll get Fitzdanza's point of view because I'd love to get it. But New York Giants quarterback Daniel Jones was released. I believe he has not yet cleared waivers, but there are some teams expressing interest in him because he wants to go to a playoff contender. And, obviously the Cowboys are not in that ballpark yet. Cowboys make a lot of sense for me because of the experience he has in the division, and he obviously faces the Giants on Thanksgiving. The Cowboys do. Other teams that don't have a starter make a lot of sense, but it looks like the teams that are possibly interested in him don't really have an issue at the starting spot. What they do have, though, is that once they go down, they may need a guy. Let me go ahead, wait for Fitzdan to come here, and we'll get back into our conversation. And there he is. Unmute that mic if he's ready. Your mic is muted.
Block my wife from off the driveway. I go, oops. Because she goes out now, and I go to take my daughter somewhere, and I block the driveway. So she doesn't like driving my car. It's too fancy for her.
Oh, okay. So what I was talking about was the situation with the Giants and how that could impact the Dolphins. So very quick. First off, that situation with the Giants is so bad. What they were able to do. First off, what's up, Bobby? Bobby's in the house. Great to have you on, brother. Yes, let's get that W today. It's very important. Every game counts. That Cleveland game, that's what I lost track of. But that Cleveland game
was so much fun.
So beautiful to see. I mean, that's football. I love that type of football.
But do you know, does Evan have a DeLorean? By the way, this is my best friend, okay? Bobby,
okay.
You're one of my closest. This is, if you wanted the dirt on me, you go to this guy.
Okay.
I wish I had the DeLorean. I could go back to 2015, start all over again for the Dolphins.
So
I could buy the almanac and I could predict what would happen this season.
Let me just say this very quick with this whole Daniel Jones situation. First off, they benched him. They put in Tommy DeVito
over Drew Lock, which didn't make any sense.
Over Drew Lock, they pushed him down to the third string. First off, you go into before that into Hard Knocks, how they they chose Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley, basically.
Aladino.
Get here. They go on here. Aladino, good morning, sir. They go on here or get through the season, and then they go ahead and bench him. They don't even bench him. They put him in the third string. He's playing emergency safety. You would think, because the outside looking in, you would think the teammates might be happy. Like, of course they might go, hey, they might say some supportive words, but they let it go and they ride out. No. Dexter Lawrence publicly comes out and throws shade at the organization, throws shade at Coach Dable, how this guy has put the work in, day out. How could they disrespect him like that? Put him as a third string. Of course, Dable has to do some saving grace and says, that's okay. I'm okay with him talking. We have a great relationship. I thought this was a joke. I thought this was a not real what I was watching when Daboll was talking about Daniel Jones getting released, was the smashing and everything in the background. I thought somebody was joking, like made it like a joke video. No, it was Darius Slayton. I believe Darius Slayton,
wide receiver.
He was livid that they cut Daniel Jones. So that just to me tells me, even though on the outside looking in and you see the low lights, that's what you don't see is the relationships built in that building. Because those guys, Dexter Lawrence is no joke. That dude's a star player in this league on defense. For him to publicly come out and stand for Daniel Jones, and then one of the receivers there to get that upset to his team, a veteran player, for this guy who a lot of fans would go, which they have, oh man, Daniel Jones got good. I saw that coming, and I don't want him on my team. No. What that showed me is the Giants are the problem, not Dan Jones. Daniel Jones is not. I'm not saying he's some elite, nothing like that. He's not that.
They built him up to be something he was.
They set him up for failure from day one. Let's be real.
One good year, one playoff run with a rookie head coach who got coach of the year. In the end, like you and I have talked about without talking about Dolphins, a coach is in the end, a coach makes that decision. All right, I don't know if you're a hockey fan right now, or a little bit of a hockey fan. You are. The Boston Bruins in hockey 2 years ago, Bobby, had the most. Remember that they had the most wins in NHL history
Yes.
because their head coach Jim Montgomery had won like 80 something more games in 3 seasons than he has lost in the NHL. That's unheard of. They fired him. They fired him because they were 500 this season in Boston. I don't put that on him. I put it on how they built that team. The St. Louis Blues in hockey this morning fired their head coach because they're not starting off to go snatch that head coach. Why? Because they know that it's a good head coach. Brian Daboll is to blame for this. The Mara family was nice, but they chose Saquon Barkley. They didn't choose Saquon Barkley, who they could have given $15 million to over Daniel Jones. They didn't realize what they were doing there. They made poor decisions. The two teams in New York, whether you're the Jets or whether you're the Giants, are poorly owned and they're poorly managed. That's the one thing. Look at the Cowboys, poorly owned. That's what I like sort of about other sports, in basketball, in baseball, in hockey. You don't hear about the owners. Here, the owners like to meddle, whether you're Ross, when it was told the whole Tom Brady, Deshaun Watson, whether you're Jerry Jones with the Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, not going to sign certain players. Every owner, that's why I got to give credit to Green Bay. Green Bay has one of the best situations because you don't know who the owners are because the fans are the owners, right? Like there's a majority shareholder, but they don't really get involved. But when they had the whole issue with Aaron Rodgers, their owner got involved. There's something about it. The team should be run by a front office. That's why I believe in every team you should have a president of football operations who is an arm extension of the owner. One could be on the business side like you have a Tom Garfunkel, but then you should have a pure football operations person. When they brought in Bill Parcells, the concept was right. It's just the build wasn't right. So for me, the Giants put him, like for me tomorrow, the whole talk, they're listing teams. Dolphins are in the mix to go sign him as a backup. Because you want to know what? If the Dolphins, God forbid, Tua couldn't be there, I'd be comfortable with Daniel Jones playing the
good.
Okay.
Offense. I was going to ask you because I know
I would 100%. He's not a bad. If he learns the system, he has all the tools to be a capable quarterback in the NFL. Yeah. He was set up for pure failure, given a contract he had not earned. And who is he passing to?
Exactly.
A rookie Malik Neighbors. Slayton's been there a long time. Yeah. No running back, David Singletary. Like there's not much there.
They set him up for failure.
Failure.
That's why for me. So Jordan, before this report came out, I saw a lot of people giving their opinions on Daniel Jones, and that there were a lot of people a couple people did some polls, and at one poll I saw 54% said no, Dolphins shouldn't sign him. 30% said 40% said yes. And I saw some people go, you can count me out. They better not do this. We're not talking QB1 here. My question was, is he better than Skylar Thompson? Is he better than Tim Boyle? Is he better than Tyler Huntley? The answer is easy. Yes. We're talking about QB2. You go and get him. That was my thing. Is a QB2? I don't want Tua to go down. But if Tua goes down, and if Daniel Jones comes out, I feel a lot better than if I saw Skylar Thompson come out.
Okay. I'm going to make it very clear for everybody, in my opinion, and I think, Bobby, you're going to agree.
So true.
Any quarterback who has been a starter in the NFL for at least a season or two is better as a backup to any rookie quarterback or any journeyman quarterback who's only been a backup every day and twice on Sunday. So if you're a journeyman who's basically a QB2 your entire career, you are never going to be as valuable to a system than someone who has ran the system in an NFL team before. Bobby, most people wouldn't know this. Who is the backup in KC?
Oh, no, I don't know who it is since Chad Henne.
You'd be surprised. People are going to think, well, it's not a very good quarterback behind him, but it's a guy who's a Super Bowl winner who has started many seasons in the NFL. He was drafted in the same year as Jared Goff. They went 1-2.
Dude, I'm going for a blank.
He was the backup quarterback when the Eagles won the Super Bowl a couple
Nick
of years ago.
Foles?
No, he was the backup
Oh,
quarterback.
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. And if
Okay.
you told me tomorrow Carson Wentz is a step up to any of the quarterbacks we have on the roster right now because he started in the NFL.
Oh, dude, just
Right?
like what I first off, yeah, I got you. I'm with you. A veteran guy who's been there, done that is
Yeah.
better than what we've had. Here's the thing. Bobby asked a great question. Bobby of the Dive Bar podcast. Guys, if you haven't seen that, and you'd be crazy if you hadn't, but go check out the Dive Bar podcast with Bobby and Ghost of Adam Gase and
Why haven't
crew.
we been invited on that
Those
podcast?
guys do an awesome job. It's been an awesome show to watch. I mean, the growth as quickly is awesome. They've had Jonnu Smith on, they've had Tyreek Hill, they've had it's just crazy. Awesome content there. Go to their channel after the show.
For my invite.
Hit that like and subscribe.
I'm waiting for my invite. I'm a subscriber, never got invited.
Well, I will pray for them if they invite you. You know, that should be.
I've always been entertaining.
I know. All right. So talking about this very quick, because Bobby asked the question earlier, does the next quarterback has to be able to run the damn system? Can he run the system? Skylar's not a fit at all.
I say yes.
This is interesting to me because here are the 4 teams that are interested in him to pursue him or expected to pursue him. This is from Jordan Schultz of @Shorts_report on Twitter. Sources: there has been significant interest in former Giants quarterback Daniel Jones since his release. Once he clears waivers, expect the Ravens, Vikings, Lions, 49ers, and Dolphins to pursue him, not only for a chance to join a contending team, but also to develop in an offensive system where he can learn and grow. The decision could come as early as this week, sources say. So talk about the system. Does he fit the system? The Vikings and the 49ers, which is where the Dolphins system was born from, the Niners are trying to possibly get him. So that tells me, yes, they see a guy where they could help him learn and grow within the system, and that he could possibly run this system. I would take anyone over Skylar. I would too. But Daniel Jones? Yeah.
Okay. So I believe, and you're going to be shocked, you better circle the calendar, as a compliment to our head coach, Mike McDaniel.
Yep. Look at that.
The system that Tyler Huntley, that Skylar Thompson, and Tim Boyle were expected to run was the old system that they've been trying to force feed down their throat, and that's something that Tua was the expert in during this losing streak. During the course of the last few games, the last 2 victories, Mike McDaniel has made his first clear in-season adjustments where it may not look pretty, it may not look fun. We might be saying to ourselves, Tyreek Hill's not getting the deep ball, the Jalen Wall's not getting the deep ball, but in the end, they're playing a system of what the defense is giving you, and when that happens, you utilize your running back and utilize your tight end. It's called dinking and dunking. And if you look back at the game where the Dolphins started to go down a cliff 2 years ago, which was against the Chargers, go watch that game again. And what did Justin Herbert do the entire game? He gave the ball to Austin Eckler, and he gave the ball dinking and dunking to his wide receivers and his tight ends. So if Mike McDaniel is able to adapt this system as an alternate system, depending on what's going on, to Tua, who's now adapted the system, this is the kind of system that he can adapt. My concern still remains about the play calling and how he gets play calls in and overcomplicates it. But this system is more of your keep it simple, stupid system. And I believe most quarterbacks who are NFL starters in the past can adapt to this system. So kudos to Mike McDaniel for finding a system that might be more adaptable to other quarterbacks, not just Tua Tagovailoa. Now, is Tua Tagovailoa the best quarterback for all these systems? Yes. But is there a system that can work for other quarterbacks that is not tailor-made only for Tua. I believe that the system they've implemented in their last 2 victories, which is a more simplified system, is better.
So very quick, I mean, again, let me just make sure I got there. What Bobby brought it up, and that's a great point because I said it the other day. Alex on East Stitcher Boys was saying, "Oh, we know that Daniel Jones is going to be a backup for the rest of his career." No, we don't know that. I truly believe that Daniel Jones is going to do better with a change of scenery than sticking around in New York.
Baker Mayfield,
Sam Darnold. Look, Bobby put it here. The Niners added Sam Darnold. Now look at him. So Jameis Winston. Yeah. That's the thing. So yeah, Alec Ingold being active today is huge.
Yeah, they've announced the inactive.
So the inactives for today, I got it right here. Jeff Wilson, running back, cornerback Ethan Bonner, cornerback Kendall Fuller, linebacker Kamara, the rookie, offensive lineman Andrew Meyer, tight end Jack Stahl, wide receiver D. Eskridge, all out today for the Miami Dolphins. But yeah, so I think we are in agreement that yes, if Miami were to bring in Daniel Jones, we'd be in favor for it. You're not against it, right? Okay, cool. All right. Well, look at that. We agree on something. That's awesome.
Well, Scotty just joined and he missed all my fun stuff. No, I will give kudos. You know where I stand on certain things, but I will give kudos to the fact that there's a smile inside of me that Alec Ingold is back, because I think it's pretty clear, Bobby, that our running game requires Alec Ingold in the running as part of a blocking scheme, because we can't trust Julian Hill as much because of his penalties, but Alec Ingold, I believe, is what makes this running game move. And so to have him back, the fact that Teron Armstead is literally, I hope he never practices again, because if this is what it means he can play and his practicing is to come on, because he's considered the top lineman in the NFL and that he's definitely in the top 5 in all categories. That's pretty amazing. Honestly, we need those key people. If you need those 2 stalwarts with two behind center is important. The one thing I would like to see today, though, Bobby, I believe it's time, and I want to ask you about this. Julian Hill was given a little bit of a punishment here and there. Durham Smythe, problem, getting a little punishment there. But Tua, we know, gets away with a lot. I believe that it's time today is the game. I know I was joking around a little bit about A-Chan. Okay, Devon A-Chan, I apologize. Okay, again, I'm ruffling your feathers, but I believe it's time for Raheem. I believe, though, it's time for Raheem Mostert to get another shot. This guy had 21 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Last season. Mike McDaniel, he was your first signing when you got here. You re-signed him. Because he fumbled the ball twice, you can't then bench him for the rest of the season when he's the one who gets you your best chunk yards. When you give Tua I understand Tua is your quarterback, but Tua fumbles the ball every single solitary game. Every single solitary game, and we all forgive him. How do you learn from your mistakes? You learn from them. He has taken the cold shoulder from this team, and I believe he has earned the right to get another shot behind center. I don't know if you disagree. The one guy I don't get, which you have to explain this to me, because Elijah Campbell, I think, is capable. I believe Marcus May is capable. How Justin Poyer is still allowed to play starting safety after that game last week, where he was but he could not even get a finger on Brock Bowers. He has a slow step. He has cost us more than he has helped us this year. Why is it that Jordan Poyer continues to get opportunities when there are alternatives there that are, I believe, as equal, but then you completely give Raheem Mostert the cold shoulder? Like, I believe there's an imbalance, but then you cut David Long. Like, what is it you find? That's where I'm getting a little bit frustrated, especially when you saw this morning about the fact that I retweeted it, about the fact that they were going to trade Calais Campbell. And Mike McDaniel said, no, we're not trading him. We still have got a shot, which means what we've always said. Chris Grier is a yes man. He can make his own choices, but Mike McDaniel has as much of a say in this roster build. So he chose Skylar Thompson. He chose Tim Boyle. He chose to keep Calais Campbell. So as much as we want to get on Chris Grier, which I fully get on Chris Grier, Mike McDaniel shares just as much of the blame of Poyer being there, Mostert being there,
That's
Long
what I've been
being cut,
saying. Yeah.
Thompson being, he is much to be a part of this. The King Trio, like I say, Tua, Greer, McDaniel, they play in the same symphony. And all I'm saying is that for me, I believe it's time for Mostert. Okay, I could be on probation. Did it light a fire? Wait, Bobby, you know what happens, by the way?
Yeah.
I light a fire under Jason Sanders. What happens?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I light a fire on Devon Achan. What happens? See, it works. It's called reverse psychology, everybody.
That's exactly
Because Bobby will attest to one thing before he answers the question. As much as I rip on these teams, there's no one who he knows that cares more about this and everything we do here as much as he does as me. I love this stuff. It is fun for me. If you actually think I want the Dolphins to lose, even if they are 1-15, 0-14, you're crazy. I always want the Dolphins to win. I just don't like some of the stupidity because I don't like when they talk out of both sides of their mouth. Oh, it's so hard to catch a football. You don't realize how hard it is. You sit on your couch, a bag of chips, and keep your mouth shut. But in the 2 games that you've played, you have fumbled the ball 3 times. Like, come on. But in the end, I believe this at home game, nice weather. I believe that you're going to need Raheem Mostert next week, this Thursday. You also don't want to burn Devon Achan out. Jalen Wright is still a rookie. You need Raheem Mostert. If you don't apply Raheem Mostert today, and you think Raheem Mostert's your RB3 for the rest of the year, I think the Dolphins are going to regret that decision. I believe Raheem Mostert is key to this run coming up. You've benched him. You haven't given him chances. I believe he should get at least 8 to 10 carries today.
There you go.
What are your
Alec
thoughts?
Ingold,
What do you think about that, by the way?
Well, no. So Alec Ingold, first of all, being back this week is huge for the Dolphins.
Yes.
Because that's going to help the running game, whoever's running that ball, whether it's Mostert for sure needs to be more involved. You got to get him involved. He's too damn talented not to have him involved in the
21 touchdowns all by fluke.
And I understand, we got to worry about development and all this whatnot. Scotty, I think even Evan and whatever. It doesn't make any real sense, especially to me, that if you truly still believe that the Miami Dolphins have an opportunity to possibly make a run, and because the Dolphins are still alive here, that's why they're in the hunt possibly for a Daniel Jones as a backup quarterback, which shows me that they are being smart, that they're doing their due diligence. Miami believes they still have a shot at this. Many of the fan base believe they still have a shot at this. And if you truly do believe that, then you want your best guys playing. I'm not looking to give free minutes away to younger guys so they could develop if that's going to cost us a game. Now, if the Dolphins lose today, and then they go on to lose against the Packers, then yes, that's when you start to sit guys out. That's when guys start to go on the IR, or they go, oh, they got these phantom injuries because really they're going to sit out. And that's when you get to see the Malik Washingtons of the world, the Jalen Wrights, the Patrick Pauls getting those opportunities and getting those important minutes. Not when you're winning games, you're a 2-game win streak, you're 4-6. Not when now you're talking about signing a backup quarterback because they consider you a contender. They can still, the NFL and the Dolphins still see themselves as playoff contenders. They haven't been knocked out yet. So Miami is not going to put in guys or keep guys out just because, we got to develop some dudes. They're not looking to develop. They're looking to win. So Jalen Wright should get minutes, but Jalen Wright played last week. Didn't really show too much. Maybe that's different today with an Alec Ingold. But for me, and I'm not knocking Wright because I like him, I think Raheem Mostert definitely should get an opportunity and should be back in the lineup because he's a very important part of this offense, especially when the offense is starting to get its footing back. When the offense is starting to show they're getting their footing back, you got to have your best players out there. And Achan and Mostert together are better for this football team, just like Hill and Waddle.
Last year, the leader in touchdowns in the red zone in the NFL was Raheem Mostert. Last week, when you noticed they were struggling to get the ball in, they had to have 4 downs within the 5-yard line. Raheem Mostert's your best shot to score in the red zone. Not Hill, not Achan, not Waddle. It's Mostert. Mostert is the most elusive, and he's the fastest runner you got. He's faster than Achane. So Achane could be your run guy. You could be your quick catch, your check down guy, fine. But give Raheem Mostert a shot. There's a reason why when you had success in the run game, it came from Raheem Mostert. And trust me, I'm not a fan of his fumbles. But if you're going to forgive Tua for his fumbles, wasn't there who was the player a couple of years ago? There was a star guy. Who was it? I'm actually asking a serious question. There was a guy a couple of years ago. I don't know if it was it wasn't Barkley. There was a guy on a team who had a fumble issue, and he was a top running back in the NFL. He was a top 5 running back. It happens. It's football. But if we're going to forgive those guys, how does Raheem Mostert not? Like, that's what I'm saying. You're willing to give Josh Poyer every pass in the world. You're willing to give Julian Hill every pass in the world. Now you're not giving a shot to Raheem Mostert. Let him earn his stripes back.
And I will say, first of all, I like Patrick Paul coming out. I know he was a project coming out. I believe that he will be a solid tackle. That's what I believe. But Kendall Lamb has shown to be one of the better rotational tackles in the NFL.
He's a better.
He came in for Taron Armstead. Miami didn't miss a step. Now he's filling in for Austin Jackson. I'm not ready to say, okay, Lamb, I'm going to sit you down since you've been so valuable as a rotational tackle, and we're going to go ahead and put the rookie who's still learning, who doesn't really need to be there because we signed you for there. I'm not ready for. I don't agree with that part.
Mostert's age is not the reason. I love you, DSG, but it's not the reason. I'm not saying you need to give him. I don't think he should be the lead running.
You're not going to be the lead guy.
But if you remember in key games, he's that guy who has the elusive speed outside, and he's bigger and he's stronger than Devon Achane. Also, God forbid Devon Achane, you don't want to burn him out. He's not a small guy. He's not a big guy. He's not a big kid. You need to balance the running game. We don't have the Derrick Henrys. We don't have the Christian McCaffreys. We don't have a stout RB1. Raheem Mostert Devon Achane is going to be a great running back, but he's not there yet. You need to balance it out. So I'd like to see Raheem Mostert get a shot today. And this is coming from me.
Here's the thing. Think about it like this. I know we're high on Jalen Wright. We're high on the potential of what he could be. Okay. We've seen some really nice things. Hopefully, as the season progresses, hold on one moment. Hopefully, as the season progresses, with Alec Ingold back in there, we start to see that promise come into reality, and we see, hey, okay, we could roll with him and Achane going into next season. Mostert more than likely is a one and done after this year, and thank him for his services, thank him for everything. Let him move forward. But I'm not against still be going for another back, because eventually, once you lose Mostert, then you're thinking, oh, we only have Achane and this guy. Jeff Wilson will be gone too. Running back by committee for sure, but you still need that thumper.
No one listens to me or hears my voice more than Bobby. I didn't make a mountain of a molehill. I said if you're going to criticize Tua, then you should give the same aspect to Mostert. And to correct you, Scotty, 22 fumbles in 25 games. That is not a mountain of a molehill. Bobby, we talk about the snapping issues, me blaming Connor Williams. For you, last season, have you noticed, and in the Arizona game, were you not questioning the Tua issues with the snapping of the football? It can't always just be the center, has to be on the quarterback?
I've been saying that since last year. Everybody was blaming Connor.
Are you telling me a mountain out of a molehill is Tua dropping the – is that a small sample size? 22 of 25 games fumbling the football?
No.
No, that's not a mountain of a molehill. It's a fact.
I got
you. Same way, if you guys want to use stats, Tua is on pace to be the first quarterback in forever to have 3 consecutive years of 100 passer rating. Tua in the system is now 140 attempts in the last games, has an 86% passer rating. Stats don't mean anything, but when things actually change the course of a football game, like fumbling the football, yes, I'm willing to forgive Tua because in the end we got the W. So give Mostert a chance, because you want to know what? A lot of the victories last year happened because of Raheem Mostert. I'm actually being positive about it. I'm willing to forgive them.
Yes, he did.
By the way, what are your thoughts on that? What do you think about the miking of a coach when they're 3-6? Joking around on the sideline, how they're playing it up, that he called the play for Jonnu Smith and he predicted. I find that all like a farce. And also, I find that all kind of weird. And also, the fact that this Hard Knocks thing is really a hex, because you look at the Giants, what happened with them. You look at us, you look at the Jets. Everyone who goes on Hard Knocks literally eats shit. Like, it's the worst curse.
Well, I'll say I know you're talking about that video, right, of him
Yeah.
joking around with the referee. I didn't bother.
No,
me,
he said, "Oh, we're gonna have a great play here today. You have to make this throw to it." And the one right before he threw the ball to John Smith for the touchdown.
Oh, I
So
didn't
we
see
need a
that, but I
big
did
play.
tell you when I did see when he said we're pretending we're going to call a play, and then that's when Crosby jumped off, and then he told Crosby, he goes, we didn't even call anything. I thought that was great. I thought that was
He want. By the way, can't you tell he's a little bit of a crush on this guy? I think he wants him next year. Can you? I think they might go after him next year. Is he a free agent at the end of the year, or is he still under contract, Crosby?
I'm not sure. He might be still.
I think they're because there's a love affair there a little bit.
Well, first off, a player like Crosby, you look at Belichick throughout the years, how he was with
Yes, of
Jason
course I
Taylor,
remember.
what he was like, how he was with Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas, and how he treated those guys. You think that if Jason Taylor was free at that point in time, that if they had the opportunity, you don't think that Bill Belichick would have jumped at Jason Taylor to get a Jason Taylor on his team? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Guys, let's just be clear about the whole fumble thing. I have a problem.
Yeah.
I think the Tua fumbling is
Crosby
a bigger problem than the Moser fumbling. I believe the Tua fumbling is a bigger deal than the because in the end, one fumble, the game, the fumbles of Raheem Mostert may have changed the course of the game, but the offense had chances to come back. Tua's fumbles have actually cost us games, literally cost us games.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on here. Again, Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots today. We're going to read this off very quick. Again, the game starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
I can't get
Dolphins, of course, are 7.5-point favorites. Let's see here. I don't have the New England Patriots in actives right now, but we do know that Taron Armstead and Ingold will play. Kendall Fuller is out. The Patriots
they announced
they lost to the Rams.
Is Gonzalez out?
Beat the Bears, lost to the Titans, beat the Jets, lost to the Jags. Where of course Miami is on a 2-game win streak, beating the Rams and the Raiders as they welcome the Patriots today. And Drake May, who on the season he has 1,236 yards, 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Hey, Scotty, and you're still fine. Scotty literally sees no wrong. He is as stubborn as McDaniel. He's as stubborn as McDaniel. By the way, one thing we were all hoping for, that Christian Gonzalez would not play today. But so honestly, I would like him to keep the ball away from Tyreek Hill. Because
I agree.
if he tries to force the ball to Tyreek Hill, Gonzalez is going to be there. I'd like to continue to see the other side.
Hey, shout out very quick. I need to say too, Bobby of the Die Bar podcast will be with me and Alex on Wednesday night for East 10th Street Boys. So we're going to talk Dolphins. We're going to talk life, family. We're talk Thanksgiving. We could talk about it all, but for sure, we'll hopefully be talking about a Dolphins win today and talking about a Dolphins possible victory against the Green Bay Packers on Wednesday night.
So, Scotty, is your opinion the only opinion that matters? Who made you God? Honestly, what is up with this? He literally doesn't appreciate anyone else's opinion except his own. So basically, Bobby, he doesn't agree with what you say. Since you and I are agreeing on things, he disagrees with you too.
That's okay. That's what's great about this show and great about the
everything
network.
I say is wrong. Even when I'm positive, I'm not happy enough.
It's okay. It's all right. Well, here's a better question. And, I have no issue with Scotty, and you shouldn't either. You should thank Scotty
but everything I
watching.
say is
First of all, you should thank Scotty for watching.
Thank you, Scotty, so much for watching the show.
Don't be rude. Scotty's been great watching us for years now and then supporting the channel and being all this. But I will say, I know. You're positive right now. They're in shock. Evan, can you blame them? They're in shock. Evan went out. He took a ride into town. He had a nice little trip, and he came back happy. Let's be happy for him. Let me just say,
what does that mean?
Evan, you misrepresent all the time. You have no idea what the real issue. What are the real issues of the team? That's why I asked you, Scotty. What is the real issues?
I'll tell you what the real issues with this team are. And I was going to actually bring this up. I believe to this day, yesterday, Bobby, did you watch another team at Hard Rock win a football game?
Yeah, the Canes.
The Canes have a defensive-minded head coach, and that defense is going to be their reckoning. That defense is absolutely deplorable. Our team's issues start at the front office and team building. But our problem starts at not being able to put together a 60-minute game. And our offense has been good the last 2 games. But prior to that, our continuation is that our defense has helped build out the offense a lot. An offensive-minded head coach has yet to put together a real game plan most of this season for a team that should be better on paper. Our fundamental issues continue to be inconsistencies about the team. Inconsistent running game, inconsistent quarterback play, inconsistent defensive backs, poor linebacker coverage. This team has worked poor special teams. Our concern is that we've yet to see a team play a great 60-minute end-to-end game dominating performance. They start the game, they take the lead. It never comes back to bite them near the end. It's been a barn. It literally is an A to Z football game. I haven't looked at the comment yet. All I'm saying, for me, I would like to see them heading into Green Bay show us a united defensive effort, turnovers, strong running game, efficient passing, good special teams. Give us something to look forward to. Give us an A to Z 60-minute football game. Bobby, I don't need a high-scoring game today. I don't care if it's 20-6. I want to see a dominating performance, meaning that you want to have long drives, have the long drives. You want to have dink and dunk, have dink and dunk. But I would like to see dominating. I don't want this poor zone defense, string cheese, mozzarella defense. I don't want to see fumbling of the football. I just would like them to show the Miami Dolphin fans, who I believe earned it, an A to Z 60-minute football game. They have yet to do that. They always find a way to keep themselves closer to the other team. Not the other team is beating us. We're beating ourselves and keeping them in the football game. That happened in the Rams game. It happened last week until we pulled away. We like to stay close for some reason. I'd like to see a dominating performance. Heading into Green Bay, I believe they need the confidence to play an A to Z football game on all 3 sides of the football.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I think that's fair. It's Scotty. I'm with you. We got Fish Tank Hank in the comments. Raphael has it 27-17 Miami. Dive Bar says we need complimentary football. Fish Tank has it 32-21 Miami.
He's home. Are you okay? Are you okay, Pops?
I've given up on special teams. We need a total game from offense and defense to make up for it.
Bobby, who's to blame for special teams?
I was going to say Crossman, but you might say McDaniel.
No, it's Crossman.
Okay.
Who keeps Crossman employed?
McDaniel.
Thank you.
And Flores.
He's the one guy since Mike McDaniel started that's still here. He's the only, except for Coach Lem. Lem got demoted. Crossman didn't get demoted. That's the one area that you have to put on McDaniel, because no matter what you put on special teams, coaching matters, and the person who's in place continues to be forgiven. Mike McDaniel is responsible for the special teams.
So there you go. Bobby has it from the Dive Bar Park. That's 30-17 Miami. 30-17 Aladino.
Is 19-17 good?
Scotty is saying it's a win.
Is that a comfortable win?
It's a win. To me, here, let me just say this. Obviously, we all prefer to 30-17, those type of
wins.
Yeah,
for sure.
But in the situation that Miami is in, at 4-6, any win at this point would be a good win. That's what it is.
But does that give you confidence that they can go into Green Bay against a team that's 7-3 and win if you are staying this close to a mediocre football team with no defense? Because people are saying,
but here's the key thing, though. It's a divisional game. It's a divisional game. Games could be tough. These type of games are illusions, right? They might look tougher than what they are, but really it's like, it's when those type of you look at those divisional type of football games, and I mean, Browns versus the Ravens, even though it was in Cleveland, right? Was it in Cleveland? That game there, the Browns had no business winning that football game. What did they do? They took down the Baltimore Ravens, okay, in the snow. It was an epic football game.
They bit the Pittsburgh Steelers. I guess you weren't watching the same.
Oh, the Pittsburgh Steelers, excuse me. Still, Pittsburgh. Yeah. But the Pittsburgh Steelers, they had no business winning that football game. The Steelers' defense has been crazy this year, and they come out and they did that. So any team, any given Sunday, I'm not going to sleep on the Patriots. And so, and if they are, if they go 19-17 win Miami, I would go, damn, man, I wish Miami, like they did with the Raiders, would have came away with a huge win, like Fish Tank says, 32-21. But to me, any win is a good win. And because we go, oh, well, does that leave you confidence to go against Green Bay? Well, Green Bay, there's other factors that play into Green Bay. It's the weather. It's in Green Bay. That's where it's trying to go, damn, man, that's going to be a tough task. Could Miami do it? Guess what? If they can't, if they can win today, they're going to have 3-game win streak. I believe they could.
Never. I never think. I'm not fantasizing. All I'm saying is I would like to see.
Yep.
I'd like to see a win in advance. Yes, but there should be a sense that with this offense that you could score and complement yourself with defense and make stops. Having these 6-7 minute drives. If you're struggling, Bobby, with 6 or 7 minute drives against Drake May and the New England Patriots, that is not a recipe for success.
I hope you're feeling good, Fish Tank. Hope you got some answers,
I hope you feel better,
brother.
Bobby Pops. I hope you feel better. Sending you love. All I'm saying, Mr. Up and down, I want this team to succeed. A win is a win, but that's like saying to the Detroit Lions today, who are 9-1, or any team, just get away with a victory. They can do that. You need to start going and showing that you're capable of doing something, because if you continue to, Bobby, every single prognosticator, I even sent it to you this week, with every person, every beat writer, everyone's saying the same thing. The Dolphins' recipe for success right now, with Tua being so efficient, is phenomenal. It's great. But if you do this and you can only win by a couple of points against the Patriots today, division game or not, a defense a better defense, because the Patriots' defense is dreck. If you struggle and only can score 19 points against them today, going against a top defense like Green Bay, you're not going to get away with the same thing. All I'm saying is you need to show today. I want them to show me today that they've taken a step of improvement. They have to play better than they played in the Rams game. They showed you last week. Yes. So I expect them. They need to play better today, division game or not, against the Patriots, who have a bad of a defense, if not worse than the Raiders, because they don't have one. Their best player on defense is Christian Gonzalez, who doesn't hold a candle to Max Crosby. So I'm saying you should be able to do more today against the Patriots than you did, because they should be saying, we almost lost to the Patriots if it wasn't for half a shoe size. We're at home today. Everything's in our factor. We have all of our players healthy pretty much. Go out and give the fans something they deserve, which is a dominating, strong performance. I don't want to see a 10-3, 10-6, give them points at the half, an extra 3 points heading into the half, you not scoring and blowing a minute. Those are things I want to see curbed, because if you do it today, you're going to do it against Green Bay. I'm not saying about the win. I'm talking about if you do it against a mediocre football team, how are you going to not do it against a good football team? All I'm saying is I would want this team to show growth. They have shown growth the last 2 football games, to continue to show me growth. If you regress today and only win by 2 and struggle against a very mediocre Patriots defense,
division rival,
division rival or not, it's at home in your weather with a rookie quarterback. You should be able to do something.
Oh, that's so good.
I will not say that.
That is so freaking good, dude. That's how you know Scotty pays attention, because he hit that nail right on the freaking head. It was a 40-point win. Yeah, but in the first quarter, it was only 10-6. They can't do that when Tua fumbled the ball in the second quarter, but he threw 6 touchdowns in the second half. But it doesn't matter.
But I'm paying attention.
That is awesome.
Bobby, it was 14-0 a year and a bit ago when you and I were at the game. Game was over. Next thing you know, before the half, we were dominating. Mm-hmm. We knew it was over. I would like us to just have a smile, saying, you want to know what? This is fun. None of the Dolphin games this season have been fun. I would like to have one fun football game, right? I would like the fans go there to the game today who pay their hard-earned money tailgate to at least have some enjoyment. Every game has been pins and needles till the fourth quarter. Give them some joy today. Who's complaining? I'm positive today. Oh my God.
You know what it is? You know what it is? You know what it is? They're getting ready for post game. They're throwing it all out here post game, pregame, so they don't have to say it on post game.
Have I complained about anybody today? I even called McDaniel. I've even complimented McDaniel. I apologized to Achan. I complimented the defense. I complimented the offense. I complimented Raheem Mostert for fumbling the ball twice and still getting another shot. I've done everything I possibly can to be positive. What would you like me to do? Say, Kumbaya. The team is phenomenal. Guys, let's go. Okay, guys, go. Congratulations, everyone, on being 4-6. All I want you to do is win this football game by 1 point. By 1 point. 1 point. That's all I want. We'll come on the show tonight and talk about the fact that it doesn't matter how many times they fumbled, how many times they got intercepted, how many botched plays on special teams. As long as they get the victory and go 5-6, they live for another day. On a short week with only a walkthrough, hardly any practice, with tons of tryptophan in their bellies, and they get to go probably in the snow. But if they win by 1 point, it's a good thing. It's congratulations, guys. It's phenomenal. Congratulations. It's a good thing. You won by 1 point. A win is a win is a win. It doesn't matter how you win as long as you win. That's the sign of a team that's growing. Guys, it's a victory. 5-6, something to be proud of. I'm so proud of this football team in advance by potentially winning by 1 point. I'm sure we're all going to come on the post-game show and throw a parade and throw confetti onto the birthday cake, onto the celebration cake about the fact that they won by 1 point. It's phenomenal. Great. A victory. We're going to be talking about you know how many people are going to be talking about the Miami Dolphins tomorrow, and how big the Thursday night game is outside of this network? Nobody. Why? Because winning by 1 point against the smelly New England Patriots is nothing to be proud of. They need to go in today and win.
But you know what? You want to know something that should be proud of, though? Will be proud is the Dolphins were basically dead as a doornail, and if they win 3 straight, they figure out because again, you're going to be clapping because you win 3 straight. You got yourself at 5-6. You have an opportunity to go against Green Bay on Thanksgiving to get yourself back to 500 in order to survive. If you end up surviving the Packers, now you kind of a restart because then the schedule kind of goes a little easier. That's when you start to clap. That's what would be impressive. That's what those shows would be talking about. How the Dolphins were able to win. Now they've won 3 straight. They beat you could go, but look who they beat. They beat the Raiders. Then they beat the Patriots, and they beat the whoever the else we beat. Those are bad football teams. I get it, but guess what? Miami was not beating those bad football teams this season. They weren't. They were losing to those bad teams. Hell, they lost to the Titans.
I never said that.
I love being told not to be proud for a win.
Okay, let me be clear. I will be proud of any Dolphins victory. But that's like saying I got 61%. The passing grade on an exam is 60, and you get 61 when you could have done a little bit more and gotten 90. I'm never going to be upset with a Dolphins victory, ever. But this is not 2020. This is not 2021. All I'm asking for, because that's my right as a fan, is to see a good effort from our football team. You can ask anyone who knows me, who comes in the comments, including Bobby Melendez. No one has greater joy when the Miami Dolphins win than me. I am happy. It changes my mood. It gives me happiness. It internally gives me joy when they win every football game. But I have higher expectations than what they've shown this year.
Okay, DSG beat me to it. DSG beat me to it. DSG. Wait till I say something. I was going to say exactly that, except for last week. You said all of that, and I was going to go, except for last week.
Well,
Oh,
last
that's-
week, because last week,
Oh.
literally, you know what killed me last week? I'll tell you what. I'll tell everybody what bugged me. The Miami Dolphins. Name me another team that does this better than them, Bobby. When they give the ball back to the other team, with a minute left, they park the Red Sea. Go down the field, we'll give you free points. It's guaranteed at the end of the rainbow, there's going to be a bag full of gold. We get the ball with a minute 30 left. Let's blow 2 plays in the middle of the field and let's kill our clock and say, have a nice day. So we have the ball with a minute 30. Let's do nothing. They have the ball with a minute. Let them score. That's what riles me up about this football team. There's no sense of urgency on this coach. It is the one thing, and you know this better than anybody. The coaching makes a difference. So for me, I would like to see a foundationally 60-minute game. Now, if they dominate the game and it's a low-scoring game, but you see the fact that the Dolphins have this in place, great. No one wants to come on this network. No one wants to come on this network and eat crow more than me. I always want to be wrong about my negativity. I would like you guys to all rip me a new one. But I'm continually saying that today is your opportunity at home before you go on a very rough stretch, because no game's going to be easy the rest of the year. It's trying to get cold. This is your last key game at home that's going to lead you into it. And they can't, yes, we need to get away with this victory or next Thursday won't matter. But you also need to see improvement. And I just want to see continued growth. That is all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for a 30-point win. I'm asking for a 20-point win. I'm asking for a dominating performance, and it doesn't have to be on the scoreboard. It has to be on all 3 sides of the ball.
So let me just respond here. First off, Greg Maney of Overtime, Pitstock Overtime, co-host there. Expectations are higher this year. Barely winning shouldn't be the standard anymore. Start dominating. Expectations were higher this year. Barely winning shouldn't be the standard. Start dominating. They were higher. They're not anymore. Miami wasn't winning. So a win, it becomes a win as a win. Yes, we want to see dominating football, but the Dolphins haven't been dominating anybody. They just need to figure out a win. If they were winning, beating the bad teams, and then barely surviving the good teams, that might be a conversation, because they need to go ahead and dominate the bad teams and then stay put with the good teams. But Miami hasn't been doing that. So for what they did last week, I would say the expectations were higher. Now our expectations have mellowed, and the Dolphins just need to get a win. That's where I stand. I want to see continued development game after game.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay?
Go. All right. He just remembered something. We'll see if everything's okay. Just scratch and claw, just win. The new offensive philosophy makes scoring 30 a little harder. Exactly. Our defense needs to get off the field. Our offense can score 30. Something is burning. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's that. Nothing too serious. Oh gosh. We'll wait. We see smoke. Does anybody know the number for 911 in Canada? Is it 411? It was Evan's door. It was at Evan's door. All right. So we'll wait on that as we go ahead and continue here. So I wanted to take a look and see at the numbers here for offensive defensive rankings. Offensively, let's go ahead and pull this up here. The Miami Dolphins. First off, the Patriots are 31, the 31st ranked offense in the NFL. The 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22 is the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins now, their average for offensive points is 18 now, where the Patriots are at 16.5. Oh. Are you okay? Are you all right?
I'm fine.
What the hell? I'm trying to figure out the number for 911 in Canada. Is it 911?
It was something up with me today. I'm having one of those.
Okay.
I think everyone's being so hard on me. I'm forgetting to do things today.
Look at this. Probably his Bills jersey, the hat were being delivered.
No, I forgot to do something again. I'm having one of those days.
Yeah, Bobby thinks that you had to you take a shit. You had to run to the bathroom.
No, I left I remember I told you I had to move my car.
Yeah.
Well, my neighbor goes, I think you left your car running outside. I go, oops.
Oh my dude, what is up? What is going on with
I don't
you?
know. Today it's just one of those.
So 22nd offense in the NFL right now, Miami Dolphins. 31st is the Patriots. On defense, Dolphins defense is currently 9 in the NFL total defense, and the Patriots are 20. They're at 20 and they're giving up about 22.5 points, where Miami is giving up 22 points on average. So moving on here. So Finstanza, as we are at the hour now, and it's about 12:17 here.
I don't like pancakes, by the way, Pops. So.
What are your 3 keys? I know you kind of.
Are we going through the NFL after or no?
Yeah,
You're skipping my ability to go through the NFL because you did it on check down.
Oh, I knew you were gonna get salty about that.
Wow.
What are your 3 keys to secure a Dolphins victory?
3 keys to secure a Dolphins victory. I'd like to see 10 touches and a touchdown from Raheem Mostert. 0 turnovers and dangerous throws to Tyreek Hill when covered by Christian Gonzalez. So 0 turnovers or fumbles from Tua Tagovailoa. And I would like the Dolphins, I like Zach Sealer and Calais Campbell and Emmanuel Ogbah and Chop Robinson to get to Drake May. Do not let him get outside the pocket and be a rookie quarterback with nothing to lose, and keep him inside the pocket. So I need the defense to not let plays be extended by a rookie quarterback who has nothing to lose. Tua Tagovailoa has to protect the football, and I'd like to see a complementary running game, not just the Achane show. I would like to see a complement of Mostert, Achane, Jonnu Smith, Waddle, everybody, even Beckham. I want to see. This is an opportunity to play a game of chess, not checkers, with the Patriots today. This should be practice for them. This should be an easy win for them, even though it's probably going to be difficult. But this should not be a difficult victory as much as it was the last time.
Yeah. So first off, number 1, don't beat yourselves. Penalties, turnovers, don't do it. The only way Miami loses this game today is if they beat themselves, because New England has no business winning this football game. The other one, they're going against a rookie quarterback in Drake May. Make him look like a rookie. Pressure him, force him to win that turnover battle. And 3 on offense, keep it going. I see some axes in there. Keep chopping wood. As we say, Chop gets 2 sacks today. I would love that. I'm so proud of Chop, and I hope that continues this week. I want to see the off. Say what?
I think soon I'm going to have to go on an apologizing tour of all the Dolphins players.
Yeah, that's right. So, but no, offensively, Achane again, the lead guy in regards of weapons and everything. Get your guys the weapons quick. Get them the ball quick. Tyreek Hill, we started seeing a little bit of what Hill, the old last year's Hill with what he did last week. I want to see more of that this week. I want to see you get your guys the ball, get it fast. Jonnu Smith continues to be an offensive weapon. I want to see the offense spreading out the ball, and I want to see him moving downfield with ease. Score fast, score often, and end this game. Get it out of reach. Now, if it's not, that doesn't mean it's a failure. In the first quarter, if it's 10-6, I don't want, because as long as the win is a win, but just saying. But since Fitzstanza said it, we will roll it, and we'll talk about his predictions for this week. So obviously the Steelers lost to Cleveland, and Jameis Winston made put himself out there made him a household name again. But we got the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. The Vikings, of course, 8-2. The Bears 4-6. This is in Chicago. This should be a fun game. I have Chicago. Evan, I have upset Chicago.
No,
what do you got?
Chicago's completely lost. Vikings victory, no problem.
Lions at the Colts.
Lions. We need the Lions. The Colts cannot win any more football games. They need to go to. They don't have a difficult schedule, but they're not a very good football team, and the Lions need to make this an easy game. 2 dome teams. I'm not worried.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers at New York Giants.
Tommy DeVito is
a
afraid.
freaking mess.
He doesn't know how to throw the football, so it'll be Tampa all day.
Yeah,
and I think Evans is back. So
you got Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington Commanders. I got the Commanders.
Commanders, they're going to get back on the winning track.
Kansas City Chiefs no longer on the undefeated streak. Buffalo took care of that. Less pressure. They're going against Carolina. That's an easy win.
Kind of an easy win.
Titans at Houston. I got Houston.
We don't want it. We'd rather the Titans win, but that would be an easy win for the Texans.
The Broncos taking on the Raiders. I've got the Broncos winning, even though I would like
upset,
to see
upset of the week.
That'd be huge.
Upset of the week.
That'd be huge.
You know what that is? That's a divisional game.
That's true. Fair enough. Oh. And in Vegas, I get it. Got Raiders at the Packers. I got the Packers beating. 49ers versus the Packers. I got the Packers.
Yeah, Brandon Allen's not going to be able to do much. Brandon Allen's not going to be able to do much against that Packers defense.
Arizona at Seattle. I got Seattle.
Divisional game. I think Seattle will take that game. It's at home.
Philly versus the Rams. I got Philly.
Saquon Barkley is finally proving his worth.
Yep, he should be MVP in my opinion, at least right now. He should be competing it with Josh Allen. None of these other guys should be. And they got Baltimore Ravens at the Chargers, and I have the Chargers winning that game. I think defense.
Jim Harbaugh's 0-2 against his brother. It's about time he picks up a victory.
He'll pick up a win on Monday Night Football. Everyone will be watching that one, I'm sure.
Him and his ugly cat. By the way, those are some of the ugliest khakis I've ever seen in my life. By the way, can I explain you something? What is up with John Harbaugh? As successful of a coach as he is, as successful as he's been, he makes some really questionable calls.
Yep.
Really questionable calls.
Let me make sure here. Oh, we tagged on the same thing. All right. So now that we have it set, we're about rolling it out here. It's about 12:24. For those who have YouTube TV, I believe today NFL Sunday Ticket is for free. Just throwing it out there. I got an email. So if you can't usually watch games, if you're outside of the the local TVs and all this whatnot, and you've been trying to maybe go into the bar to watch the game and all this, maybe you want to enjoy it at home. I saw that they said it's for free there for today. So I know someone asked earlier if we were gonna go ahead and get game coverage of the game today. That's not in the plans for today. We thought about it. We've talked about it. It'd probably be a one-man show because everybody sees the game differently. But if you can't see the game there, YouTube TV is giving NFL Sunday Ticket for free to watch out-of-market games. So check out YouTube TV. And I'm not plugging it, but I ain't getting no ad for it. I'm just saying, just shooting that out to my fellow Dolphins fans who can't watch Dolphins on a normal thing. You could see it today, I'm sure. At least that's what I got an email for.
I get every Buffalo game, every New England game. It's like so easy because I'm up northeast, so all these games. I'm guaranteed to get the stinking Jets, the stinking Patriots, or the stinking Bills on a regular basis up here.
Horrible. That's Canada for you. Anyway.
Yeah, but always remember, we're looking down at you.
Oh, really? Oh, well.
Or you're looking up at us. One or the other.
Depends on how you're doing that.
No, but we're always on top.
Yeah, okay. All right, Finstanza, your prediction. I know last week you said we were going to lose, but how you really feeling?
How am I feeling?
Yeah, no, tell us what's the prediction for today.
Today's game. I have flip-flopped on this.
That's what Hank says you flip-flop more than pancakes.
He's one to talk.
Spicy.
Remember, it's genetic. I blame him. It's genetic. Today's
genetic.
football game is going to be. I'm gonna go out there. No one said it. I think it's finally going to be a blowout for the Patriots. I'm kidding. I think the Dolphins, it's about time. They're going to put up 38, and the Patriots are going to put up 13. It's time for a dominating performance. Or get ready for pregame, get ready for postgame, and it's going to be Bobby better block his ears.
Okay. So Evan has
I would like to see I would like to see a dominating performance. I really need to see it. I don't care what anybody else says.
I think you are.
I think we deserve to see it.
I get it. Let me just make sure I don't want to. There you go. Hankster has it 32-21.
What a negative person. You expect the Patriots to score 21 points? You expect it to only be 11-point win? Oh, such a negative person.
Oh my. Josh has it 27-10.
I
have it.
Welcome, Josh.
Miami 30. I think it could be 28. I was going to go 28, but I'm going to go 30. Dolphins 30. Patriots 6. That's how I have it. Dolphins 30, Patriots 6.
Now there's a positive fan.
Let's see. 77.7%. What are we looking at here?
Two stats since he came back. He's 77%. He has a passing percentage of 7.7 with 7 touchdowns and 1 interception.
There you go. All right. Well, hey, guys, that's about wrap it up. We appreciate you all tuning in. Again, you catch us post-game at 8 p.m. Eastern, win, lose, or draw. We usually have fun on that, so join us there. Hey, we all predicted a Dolphins victory. Let's hope it's a good one, and let's just hope it's a victory. How about that? We'll just care if it's a victory. Until Dolphin fans, that's Finstanza. This way. I'm Bobby Finstalk. Like and subscribe. Most importantly, as always,
Scotty doesn't like me.